Our evolution is a little bit different from YouTube's. YouTube was, I think, really started just over a year ago. Guba started 8 years ago, essentially as a web interface to something called Usenet. Usenet is probably the largest peer-to-peer network out there. It's terabytes of data being uploaded and shared every day. And videos, movies, television shows all show up on Usenet. And for years, we were indexing that content. We provided a really simple, easy-to-use interface to get video online from this kind of gray network, if you will. And that enabled us to do a number of things. It enabled us to really learn video, to become very good at handling video, and to build an interface for users that's very user-centric around being able to find video, watch it online, get it in the formats you want, download it to the iPod, and so forth. And so a year and a half ago, we began to sort of realize the vast opportunity associated with video moving mainstream, with broadband adoption rates in the country going way up, and that really creating an opportunity to go beyond a niche market for video delivery. Because really historically, you were really looking at kind of geeks who were in a position where they were comfortable finding video online, putting video online, watching it online, dealing with which codec is this and what player am I using, to a point where today you can watch it in Flash with one click. You can make it very easy to use, very interactive, and do a lot of cool stuff with it. And so for us, it was realizing that opportunity and then ultimately looking at where it's going to go. So as a company, building a foundation, approaching the studios and saying we can essentially be an online venue for you to be able to distribute your content online. We can protect your interests, we can avoid piracy, etc. And they were favorable to that. They saw us as an excellent venue to essentially experiment with video delivery online. It's been a huge success. So right now we're in the process of essentially building the next version of Guba. And the opportunities for where video can go online, I mean, if you just look at where we are now, we're still in the experimentation phase. The studios are dipping their toes in. They were initially only comfortable distributing content through Windows Media Player, heavily DRM'd, heavily restricted. They're more and more comfortable putting ads against prominent content, stuff that was on TV last night. They're going to have online today and potentially have ads against today, which is extremely exciting. But furthermore, the opportunity to take the communities around that content and give them a place online where they can participate in it, where you basically can integrate the experience of watching a great piece of content or finding a great piece of content with all of the corollary information and experience around it. So, you know, V for Vendetta, there are tons of fan sites. There are people who follow the comic book. There's a rich ecosystem there of just people who are excited and passionate about that piece of content, and we're going to give them a place where they can basically participate with it, in it, around it, offering mashup content, you know, fan clips, etc., all the way down to, you know, scripts, and so it's really making the experience of watching video online much more multidimensional. Today it's very static. Today it's very, even though it's sort of on demand, the experience doesn't wow you. You haven't just gone beyond the TV. And in many cases it's less than the TV, certainly less than the DVD. And we're going to solve that. So convergence is happening, but it's happening slowly, unfortunately. You know, we all kind of view the living room as the holy grail, and that's ultimately where we are positioning ourselves to be able to support essentially video on demand to the TV. And we can do it today. We can do it today with our free content via essentially the new Apple front row devices, which can be plugged into a TV. We can do it today through Windows Media Center, but you're not seeing tremendous adoption on these fronts yet. So it's not so much that that the technology, the back end, even the media isn't there. It's more of a question of the consumer electronics side and getting a device that people are comfortable putting into their living room, connecting to their TV, and accessing the internet. And each of those are barriers, right? Getting it on the network, getting the device. What is the device? And we haven't seen a true visionary iPod, if you will, for that kind of venue yet, for the living room. iTV from Apple coming out next year could be a very interesting foray, but so far what we've seen with that is that's still kind of a remote application that interacts with a computer somewhere else in the house and then basically tries to remote access that and deliver the content to your TV. So I think we've still got a year or more before we're going to start to see really promising devices on that front.